The Moroccan royal family is known to be the oldest and richest royal lineage in the world. It's currently headed by the billionaire monarch himself, King Mohammed VI. His crown prince, Moulay Hassan bin Mohammed, has been described as the richest prince in the world. So what does it feel like to be the richest prince in the world? Let's get into it. Getting born into the royal family and winning the race tends to come with lots of perks that include living a life of luxury that many could never even imagine. At 19 years old, Prince Moulay Hassan is making international headlines, and we can tell that he is indeed destined for greatness. Prince Moulay has managed to accumulate an estimated net worth of about $1.5 billion, which is just about a fraction of his father's $9 billion net worth. We all know one of the things royals love the most is their luxuries. So how luxurious is this young prince's life? The prince lives inside the Dar Al Maksoum Palace in Rabat. This aesthetic and historical palace is a gorgeous masterpiece, and it is the primary and official residence of the King of Morocco and his family. In case you don't know this, you can't go visiting. The building has always been the resolute sanctuary of the important events in Moroccan history, from World War II to the royal birth of Hassan II to the wedding of Mohammed VI. The palace has stood through it all and remains resolute and eternally gorgeous. The palace is surrounded by high walls, amazing gardens, and spans a massive area of 195 acres. According to Forbes, the palace has an estimated operating budget of $960,000 daily. Aside from housing the royal family, the palace has other functions as well. It has accommodations for the Moroccan Royal Guards, a college royal that educates senior members of the royal family, a cookery school, and a massive library built for an extensive manuscript collection of Hassan II. Why would you even want to get another house with all these historical benefits? The prince doesn't just live in luxury, the prince flies in luxury too. The prince is known to have historic car collections of many amazing vehicles that have been serving the family for years. These cars have passed through the generations as beautiful and inheritance pieces befitting of their royal situation. For instance, there is a 1957 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Roadster that is worth over $1 million. This car was actually brought into the family all the way in the 50s when it was driven to the family by renowned driver Joseph F. Werkel. It's been passed on ever since. Then another amazing one is a 1976 Lamborghini Urraco P300. This classic gem of a car is over $100,000. It's considered to be a true mechanical masterpiece. The prince's car collection is not complete without a Ferrari. The 1969 Ferrari 365 GT is worth a few $100,000. This quintessential Ferrari is from a classic design, and it seems like it was made for speed. Also worth a few $100,000 is the family's fully restored 1939 BMW 327 28 Cabriolet. It's one of only 482 ever produced, and it is indeed worthy of a royal garage. As a prince from the royal family, you obviously should be able to fly in a next-level private jet. Prince Moulay Hassan owns and travels the world in one of the most powerful and expensive private jets on planet Earth that is worth a substantial fortune of $67.4 million. It is a Gulfstream G650 jet, and by chance, this private jet doesn't disappoint, even with the most ridiculously high speed. The jet makes the price tag worth it too, because it can fly 14,000 kilometers non-stop. It also features a loving leather interior that is classic and beautiful, and it can sit with 8 passengers and 4 crew members. It is the kind of jet a young prince who is trying to prove to the world that he is on his way to stardom should use. The jet also has a weapon defense system that has a J-Music missile defense system costing $20 million. It integrates fiber laser technology with its own high-rate thermal camera and a highly dynamic mirror turret. Well, that's not all. For extra style points, the license plate has a code CNAMH on his rugged body, which means Majesty, just for you to know who you're dealing with. So no matter where he is, he's known as Majesty Moulay Hassan, and that is it. When Prince Moulay isn't just flying around the world for international business with his father, the Crown Prince also loves going on holiday with his families. One of these special holiday trips was in 2019 when he traveled to New York with his mother and sister. During another fun-filled trip to the Greek of Skathos, They rented a luxury yacht named Serenity with a cost of about $600,000 a week. If you don't party like the Morocco royalty, then you won't understand the game. You know, it's not fun being a crown prince of an entire country. It comes with a bunch of responsibilities and obligations. Luckily, Prince Moulay Hassan isn't complacent sitting idly behind his father, waiting to inherit the leadership. The prince is more capable of engaging in multiple official duties, especially the fun ones, like acting as an ambassador in different countries. He has seen more of the world as a 19-year-old than most of us had seen our entire life. Prince Moulay was the youngest participant at the One Planet Summit in France in 2017, when he was only 14, and that was the beginning of his international popularity. 2 years later, he represented his father, King Mohammed VI, at the launch ceremony of a new port in Morocco. That same year, Prince Moulay attended the funeral of the late French president Jacques Chirac, which took place at Saint-Sulpice Church in Paris. It also took place at a lunch organized by President Emmanuel Macron at the LZ Palace. Prince Moulay has grown more popular at home and abroad, as his Instagram page has 273,000 plus followers. And in case you don't trust internet points, then let's talk about the few landmarks named after him back home. He has a 12,000-seater football stadium named after him in Rabat and the International Automobile Circuit in Marrakesh. The Crown Prince Moulay Hassan is the first son of King Mohammed VI of Morocco. He was, on the 6th of May 2003, into a family with an estimated $5.7 billion net worth. So even if this prince thing doesn't work out, he has his wealth to fall back on, and he will live in luxuries for the rest of his days. The Moroccan royal family controls one of the largest fortunes in the country. Together, they own the majority stake in a holding company that has its hands on pretty much every important business sector in Morocco, like mining, telecommunications, energy, and banking. Moulay Hassan was named after his grandfather Hassan II, and he's expected to bear the regional name Hassas III. Speaking of ascension, the prince has undergone an exclusive and rigorous amount of education you'd expect of a future king. Whether it's studying aviation, attending a climate change summit, meeting politicians and royalty, or welcoming visiting Palestinian children, Prince Moulay Hassan is unfazed by it all. The prince didn't just attend any school, he attended the prestigious Royal College located inside the Royal Palace in Rabat. The exclusive Royal College was established in 1942, and it has educated several nobles, kings, and princes in its time. The prince speaks 4 languages: French, Arabic, English, and Spanish. He graduated from high school in 2020 and has gone on to study at the Mohammed VI Polytechnic University. Moulay has shown a preference for studying aviation. He considers aviation as one of his all-time favorite hobbies, which will be a first for his family. He'll go to the prestigious aeronautical school, where he gets to prove himself as the best princely pilot in the world. And for generations to come, he'll be known for his prestigious career. As for the rest of the family, King Mohammed VI and his wife, Princess Lalla Salma, have 2 children: the Crown Prince Moulay Hassan and his younger sister, Princess Lalla Khadija. She was born on the 28th of February 2007. His mother, Lalla Salma, is the Princess Consort of Morocco and the first wife of King Mohammed VI. His father, King Mohammed VI, is Morocco's leading businessman and banker, granting him an estimated net worth of $2.1 million. The Crown Prince is involved in royal activities alongside his father, King Mohammed VI. He is aware of the responsibilities that are part of being one of the royal family and is often seen alongside the king at major events internationally and in Morocco. In this respect, he is following in his father's footsteps and is learning from his father how to contribute to the wider community. He cares deeply about the world and works closely with his father to make sure Morocco is a peaceful place for people from all walks of life. Thanks for watching.